The sun rose on the horizon. Meanwhile, Red was sound asleep on the sofa. He must have been exhausted after everything that happened yesterday. I stroked his head through the fabric of his riding hood. Is he sleeping on your lap? Truth be told, I was tempted to take his hood off, but I knew better. I'm amazed at your self-restraint. After all, that red riding hood meant the world to him. No one but him had the right to remove it. Good. I leaned in and whispered in his ear. Oh my. I'm going to fix you, Red. I feel like she must know something. I don't know. I still feel like she must know something. Eureka's sus again. 2 hours later. Oh, good morning, Red. I was in the middle of making breakfast when Red sat up on the sofa. Okay. He froze in place for a moment. Maybe he wasn't entirely awake yet. Red? I raised my voice a little louder.
Oh, good morning to you. Gah!
He sprang back and tumbled off the sofa. Are you okay?
I'm fine. That's right. What about the wolf?
What about him? Red seized me by the shoulders. Hi?
Did anything happen while I slept? Are you hurt?
No?
Why didn't you wake me when you got up? Did you forget you're being stalked by a dangerous criminal? We must take every precaution.
Oh, I'm sorry. At least he didn't scream at me this time. Well, I mean, he did, but I guess you mean in that other way, so yes, technically?
Ugh! Sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine. Spoke too soon. He looked at me with tears in his eyes. It's just... You just looked so peaceful, and I couldn't bear to ruin it.
I don't care how peaceful I looked. Your safety is the priority.
I'm sorry. I'll be sure to wake you next time.
You promise?
I promise. Normally I would have liked to do a pinky swear, but given his condition, I was better off not pushing my luck. Oh, that reminds me. Breakfast is ready.
Breakfast?
As soon as he saw what was waiting for him on the table, his eyes grew round as saucers.
Is that...
It's a skillet cake. After you mentioned baking cakes yesterday, I felt like making one myself. I was hoping to make it a little fancier than this, but I didn't have enough time or ingredients on hand. Sorry. The cake itself was baked in a skillet using soft wheat flour and baking soda. Then I added whipped cream, jam, and mint leaves as a garnish. All told, it was still a rather plain cake, but at least this way it resembled something along the lines of a chiffon cake.
No, that's all right. It's perfectly fancy as is. Grandmother's cakes were even more basic than this, if you can believe it.
Oh, really? I should have asked for more details. Can you tell me more about them?
Are you planning to make one?
Yeah. No promises, of course, but I'll give it my best shot. I am pretty handy in the kitchen, after all.
Yes, I know.
This time it was my turn to look at him in surprise. My turn to look at him in surprise. I read that with the wrong inflection. Let's do that again. This time it was my turn to look at him in surprise. There we go. Usually he'd always eat my cooking in complete silence, so his opinion of my skill had been a total mystery until now.
May I have some?
Oh, yes, of course. He sliced off a forkful, then shoved it into his mouth. How is it?
It's good.
Really? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad! Go ahead and have as much as you like, okay? I can make as many of these as you want. Oh, and also, do you have any other requests or favorite dishes? Just say the word and I'll do my best to make as much as you want. I got so excited I started babbling at 1,000 miles a minute. And kept repeating, as much as you want, for some reason.
Why are you so...
What? In contrast to my giddiness, Red looked somewhat conflicted. I tilted my head at him, encouraging him to speak his mind.
Never mind. It's nothing.
Why am I so me? It had now been a week since I received the first blackmail letter, and 5 days since Red's arrival at my house. Uh-oh, only got a couple more days to smooch, otherwise the wizard's gonna send us back to the beginning. Once again, I was headed off to school. Actually, speaking of the wizard, we haven't run into him or Alice this entire time, which is strange, to say the least. I wasn't going to let anything stop me. Not even the big bad wolf and his mean, scary blackmail. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? The big bad wolf.
Are you sure you want to go?
Yep.
Shouldn't you stay home? Lest you forget, you have a dangerous stalker. What if he makes good on his promise and tries to kill you?
So you think I should just hide in my house forever? I don't think so.
Have you no sense of danger? Once you lose your life, there won't be a second chance to try again.
Red has been bickering with me about this all morning. It's strange. He never would have acted like this just a few short days ago. But maybe this was to be expected. After all, I was being pursued by a scary, vicious wolf. What's the problem? You'll protect me, won't you?
Of course I will. No matter where you go, I shall be right there to protect you from any villain.
Sounds like I can really count on you.
Of course you can. I'm a police officer after all.
Right.
Listen,
Hey,
Oh,
We both started talking at the same time, then both hesitated in unison as well. You first.
No, by all means, you first.
With neither of us willing to go first, an awkward silence descended between us. We were getting nowhere fast, so eventually I caved. What do you plan to do after the case is closed?
What do you mean?
When I asked you last time, you said you'll leave as soon as the wolf is apprehended, right?
Well, of course I would. My mission would then be complete.
I see. After a moment of silence, I looked into his eyes and said, "What if I asked you to stay?"
What?
I really
La 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 la! La la la!
Every time I attempted to profess my feelings for him, he interrupted me with the force of 1,000 suns. Well, considering his brain just completely shut down last night when we did that, he's probably like, not again, you won't bamboozle me twice, woman. Good grief, how shy can one guy be? Not that I don't love that about him, of course. What were you going to say? I casually changed the subject.
Oh, yes.
He faltered. The light seemed to leave his eyes.
No, it's nothing.
Oh!
What is it? Is it the wolf?
No, I just realized we're already almost at the school.
Oh, right.
Well, anyway, I'll be going now. I gracefully spun on my heel and turned toward the school building.
Right. Take care.
I quickly found, however, that I was unable to move. Why, you ask? Because Red had grabbed me by the arm and was refusing to let me go. Red?
Oh!
All at once he leapt away, his face flushed scarlet.
I apologize. It was an impulse.
No, it's fine. Evidently, even he wasn't quite sure why he'd grabbed me.
Oh God. Why would I do that?
He shrank down into a ball as he mumbled to himself. Much as I wanted to stay and relish the moment, I had classes to attend. I crouched down and looked into his eyes. Okay, I really gotta go now.
Yes, ma'am!
He jumped to attention and saw me off with a dutiful salute. Now that's what I like to see. As you were.
Barf.
What's wrong? Feeling sick or something?
Yeah, you could say that. Sick of your face.
Dang! Alright, bro. You don't gotta come after me like that. Rude? Ugh. If you keep bullying me, I'm not gonna make your lunch anymore.
I never wanted it in the first place. You're the one who kept insisting.
Oh, right.
You seem to be in a chipper mood. I take it things are going well with him.
That obvious, huh? Anyway, yes, things are going well. Better than they were before, at any rate. It's been a busy week, to say the least. I slumped my shoulders.
What's wrong, sourpuss? You tired?
His expression didn't shift a fraction, but his tone took on a hint of amusement. Exhausted, actually. Did you see the damage? Flower beds trampled, house ransacked, and a broken window. That's crossing a line.
Complain all you want, but that won't undo it.
I mean, yeah, but... Is Wolf out sick again today? Why do I feel like she was chastising him with that complaint? Like, you know, you took it a bit too far there kind of thing. You know what I mean? I mean, it could have just been like her normal personality, but I feel like she was chastising him. Sus.
Yeah, he is. You're going to see him today, right?
Yep, I even baked a cake. I held up my wicker basket containing small get-well gifts.
Cool.
Ugh. You don't care at all, do you?
What do you want me to say, then?
If Wolf were here, he'd say, "Whoa! Are you for reals? That's so awesome! I knew I could count on you, stunner!" Or something along those lines. Sadly, my imitation of Wolf, which I'll have you know was extremely accurate, didn't win me any points with Mr. Huntsman. Ugh, don't give me that look. It's like talking to a brick wall. This is why you can never keep a girlfriend, you know?
Or maybe they shouldn't enter into a relationship with unrealistic expectations.
Sure, buddy. Don't blame me when you end up alone at age 40.
I can live with that.
With that comeback, Mr. Huntsman pulled a lollipop out of his jacket pocket and started to unwrap it.
Anyway, you're going over to Wolf's place, right? I imagine he'll appreciate some advance notice, so I'll give him a heads up.
Thank you.
Alright, now get lost.
Aw, come on, let's keep chatting a little more.
Unlike you, I have to get back to work.
But we're on lunch break. He frowned at me, the lollipop stick poking out from between his lips. Oh, hanashi shimasho yo! Mr. Huntsman, am I a bad person?
Yup, you're the worst ever. Now get lost.
No crime goes unpunished. Which means I might get my just desserts here soon. Mr. Huntsman listened to me intently.
From who? The wolf guy?
Yes.
Well, as you saw in the blackmail letter, he believes in his own personal sense of justice. Who knows what he might try to pull?
Are you worried? That's so sweet. I wonder what Red's up to right now.
Watching over you, I assume.
Yeah. To keep me safe.
You seem happy about that.
I know. Messed up, isn't it? As I spoke, I wandered to the window. Outside, Red was patrolling around the school gates looking anxious. Think he'll come over here?
Doubt it.
There's still so much I don't know about him.
Bit late for that now. Sorry to say, a week just isn't enough time to figure someone out. Knowing you, I'll bet you fell head over heels for him, and professed your feelings at the first sign of reciprocity.
What? No. This girl? No, that's... entirely accurate. You've got me there.
You're such an open book that it freaks people out. Have some self-restraint. You don't want to get shot down, do you?
Honestly, I could live with that.
Oh, right. Forgot who I was talking to for a minute.
I don't care if the one I love rejects me, as long as it means he'll be happy. That again, eh?
I gotta say, I will never understand how your mind works.
Isn't that your job? Or is that hunter license just for show?
Trust me, you're beyond my expertise.
I smirked at him. Then, as my gaze casually drifted to the window, I spotted Red glancing around nervously as he headed into the school building. Oh!
What's up?
He's coming this way! I gotta go!
Eureka!
Yes?
Just watch out for wolves, alright?
Thanks, bro. Red!
Oh, Miss Arisu.
What are you doing here?
Shh!
He pressed his index finger to his lips. Then he gestured for us to move towards the bushes, so I obliged. No, really, what's going on?
I'm sorry. I was afraid I'd be thrown out if anyone spotted me.
I wanted to disagree, but instead I laughed vaguely.
Anyway, I'm just glad you're safe.
Of course I'm safe here. I've got my very own support network.
Ah, right. Your friend. Your male friend.
Yeah, he's part of it, but he's been out sick since yesterday.
He has?
Yeah, didn't I tell you? He caught a cold.
Uh,
The look on his face suggested he had only just remembered. But that's no big deal. Not like anything's happened, you know? I gave a cute little shrug. This time he looked at me like I'd grown a second head. Haven't seen that one in a while. Plus, it's not like I don't have other friends.
For the time being, I shall withhold any further comments. Your safety is all that matters.
He heaved a sigh of relief. On further inspection, he looked a bit pale for some reason. Is something wrong?
No, not really.
Are you feeling sick? Is your fever flaring up again?
No, that's not it. I just don't feel comfortable here, I suppose.
Oh yeah, you never went to school. After a moment of contemplation, I clapped my hands together. All right then, let's skip school.
What?
I wanted to go visit my friend anyway, so this works out perfectly.
Where did this come from?
Ignoring his palpable hesitation, I took a few steps forward, then spun on my heel. Whee! We're going on a date, Red.
A date?
Yep. He just starts freaking out. Remember when you shoved me into the water and called me an indecent slut? Ah, those were good times.
A date. 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 Date.
Hello? Earth to Red. I waved my hand in front of his face.
Ugh! Forgive me. I was lost in thought.
It's fine.
Are you absolutely certain you wish to skip school?
Yeah, I don't care. Truth be told, I'm no angel.
Surely that's...
Normally I'd like to take you someplace fancy like a movie theater, but that'll have to wait for another time. And so we found ourselves at the lakeshore. During weekdays, the entire forest area was deserted, enabling a relative level of privacy. Personally, I was in the mood to break out our lunchboxes and have a picnic. So I stabbed my fork into one of the bacon-wrapped asparagus spears and offered it to Red. She just loves this trope, doesn't she? Say ah!
Over my dead body!
Blushing, he quickly leaned back. Darn. Oh well, I tried. I promptly gave up and put the fork in my own mouth instead.
Oh.
What was that?
Nothing!
His pouty face was so unbearably adorable, I couldn't help but swoon a little. Oh yeah, and I've got some leftover cake from breakfast, so let me know if you'd like some.
Will do.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. The word cake reminded me of something else. Could you tell me more about your friend's grandma's cake? Did she give you the recipe?
I don't have the recipe, but I remember it was purple in color, and there were grape-ish things inside.
Purple in color with grape-ish things inside. What did it taste like?
Faintly sweet. Not too tart. Both the shape and texture were quite similar to yours, however.
Sounds like my recipe isn't too far off then. I just need to change up the ingredients. What will you add to make the cake purple? Red cabbage, blueberries, or eggplant? Ew to cabbage and eggplant. Blueberries. This is like the easiest choice I've ever made in a game ever. What will you use for the grape-like things? Actual grapes. Beans. Well, he knows what grapes are, so it's probably raisins. I think I might know what to do. Maybe.
Just from that?
Yeah. I'll give it a try sometime. Oh, but then again, you're going to leave right after you catch the wolf, so...
Well, if...
Huh?
If you... would like, I could always... come visit. I mean, weren't you saying how your garden... you know... comes to life in the spring?
Of course you can visit me, silly! It's Sadati Daikange.
Thank you.
He smiled shyly.
You're always so kind to me. I only wish I could repay the favor.
You are, silly! You're guarding me right now, aren't you?
Yes, but guarding you is my duty.
And you took care of me when I was sick. And you made me porridge, and you bought me a flower.
Well...
If anything, you're the one spoiling me. So if there's ever anything I can do for you, just say the word. What the... What was lewd about that? Right? Does he just have his mind in the gutter 24/7? Sorry. I'm so sorry. Red, are you regressing? What's happening to you?
Sorry.
He swayed unsteadily, his hand clutched over his nose. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Fine my foot? You look white as a sheet. In response to this blatant deceit, you clothesline him, obviously. Hiya! Why are we doing this to him? He's bleeding out. We're gonna end up in the lake again, getting sick. Well, I'd rather tickle him than clothesline him if it's all the same to everybody else. Summoning my resolve, I got to my feet. Red.
Yes? Good!
Take this! Once his guard was down, I lunged at him and tickled his sides.
Oh no. Stop! Please stop!
Good, good. That's the reaction I was hoping for. In the heat of the moment, I pushed him down. Uh-oh. Now he's really gonna get the nosebleed.
What?
With me sitting on top of him and smirking, Red froze stock still like an ice sculpture. So I took that opportunity to shift into a lap pillow position. Once I lifted his head and placed it on my thighs, Red snapped back to reality. Oh, I called the lip pillow. I called the lap pillow a little too early on. I thought that was going to be on the couch, but it's here at the lake. Yep, he's loving every second of it. This was a good choice on my part.
What?
It's the lap pillow trope you didn't know you wanted.
My head? On your thighs?
Quiet down now. I looked down at him sharply. Shush. Nose gushing blood. Red opened and shut his mouth repeatedly, but no words came. Even in the CGs, there's no blood pouring out. Meanwhile, his complexion was a kaleidoscope of colors, flushed one minute and pallid the next. If you keep bleeding this much every day, you're going to end up anemic, right? I pulled out a handkerchief and mopped him up.
Miss Arisu.
Yes? He called my name between gasps of breath. As I peered down at him, however, he averted his gaze.
Never mind. It's nothing.
You're like a broken record today. I stroked the golden strands of hair peeking out from beneath his hood.
Gah!
Oh, sorry. I wasn't thinking.
It's fine.
If you don't like this, just say the word and we can stop. I know what you're thinking. Oh, now you ask? And all I have to say is this. Better late than never. Well, at least you realize that there was incoming chastisement and were like, hey, at least I did finally ask. Sure, you get half a point for that, Eureka. He didn't respond. I guess that means he's fine with it? After an awkward silence, Red seemed to regain his composure.
Do you do this sort of thing with everyone?
What?
Do you do this with your male friend, for example?
No. Just you, really.
Even after you discover the real me?
I'll still love you, even if you have wolf ears under that hood. What do you mean, the real you?
Oh, it's nothing.
He fell silent, grimacing. I stared at him intently. As I recall, the real you is... What was it you said? Stoic, rational, smart, and self-reliant? I recited his professed self-image back to him.
Well, yes, but the real me is less admirable. Truth be told, I'm incredibly weak-willed and cowardly. Deep down, I'm an awful, terrible person.
Red. Seeing that Red thinks he's a bad person, how will you respond? This isn't really about us having this in common. The whole theme of this route has been forgiveness, basically. Forgiveness of sins. Whether it's real sin or what they perceive to be sin or whatever. Like, the whole route has been about forgiveness of sins. So I'm going to hope I think she's told him she's forgiven him multiple times when he's been unconscious, but this would be the first time while conscious, so let's see what happens. Well then, I forgive you.
You forgive me?
Yeah. So what if you're a bad person? I can forgive you for that. They say no crime goes unpunished, but for me, no sin is unforgivable.
You think so?
I bet I must sound like Mother Teresa or something, huh? Regardless, I'll still forgive you, no matter what anyone says. Even you. You don't need to beat yourself up over it. I think that did something. At this, his eyes widened slightly. He looked to be on the verge of tears, so I gently stroked his head. This time he didn't make a fuss about it, he just quietly accepted it. Then, after a moment, he whispered,
Once I catch the wolf, once I apprehend the criminal, there's something I'd like to talk to you about.
You can't tell me right now?
Not yet, no.
Well, okay. Once you've caught the big bad wolf, I'll be right there to hear you out. He pursed his lips together like he was biting back all the pain in his heart. His golden blonde lashes seemed to be trembling.
Up until just a few days ago, I was perpetually alone. I never could have imagined something like this would happen.
Does the solitude bother you?
Like you, I find that I have grown quite used to it. Over time, I simply learned to stop feeling sad or angry about it.
Did you, though? Are you sure you stopped? If you ask me, I bet you never once stopped hating it. Sure, maybe you were alone at one point, but then your friend came along, right? And then you met his sweet old grandma. You really think you could go back after that? I think deep down, you've been conscious of your loneliness this whole time. But look at us now, Red. I have you, and you have me. And there's more to this story. So much more. I just wish you'd open your eyes and see it.
I am on my way, honey, have the phone down, never put down. Mama gonna go, here is a kid with